Hello, friends. Welcome to Coach Chloe. I'm Chloe Timothy, and this is episode 37 on A Date with Myself. Today, we're diving into something deeply personal yet universal, the journey of self love and what it means to truly enjoy your own company. But before we begin, I want to remind you that this episode is now broadcasting on YouTube at Chloe Timothy Live. If you're loving the content we're creating here, please like, share, and subscribe to help us grow this community of self love warriors. Let's inspire more people to embark on this self love journey together. Here's something we can think about. Have you ever thought or taken yourself on a date? And I'm not talking about spending time alone, but intentionally carving out moments just to honor you. What would it feel like to truly enjoy your own company? No strings attached, no validation needed. That's what we're unpacking today. So, whether you're driving, whether you're working or unwinding, let's take this journey together. Let's explore what it means to show up for ourselves in a world that so often demands we prioritize everything else. Stay right there. We will be back in a moment. Welcome back. Today, I want to share a story that's close to my heart. And you've heard me share this before, but I'm going to share it again. One about rediscovering myself, especially in those moments when life feels like it's shifting beneath your feet. So, about 18 months ago, my son Jethro moved out to start his life. And I've shared that with you before. Now he's 29, an amazing young man with a kind heart, a sharp mind. He's the kind of person who makes everyone around him feel special. And he made me feel that way. So when he moved out, I'll admit it hit me harder than I expected. The house felt so quiet. If you've ever been in a space where the silence almost echoes, it's deafening, you'll know what I mean. I could hear the silence. And in that stillness, I realized something. It wasn't just about Jethro leaving, it was about me. Who was I when the roles I'd spent years playing as mom, as coach, as friend was suddenly quieter? My identity was wrapped around being a mom, and that wasn't there anymore. You know, that question it kept on coming at me. Who am I? I felt at a loss. And it took me back to another pivotal moment in my life after my divorce. I stepped into a new relationship, and at that time, it felt like it was healing, but deep down, I knew it wasn't right. Something was not just happening. Um, so breaking up was tough. I just felt like I was not right there in that relationship. It was almost like not the right timing or something. So, it was my first relationship after my marriage, and part of me wanted to hold on, afraid to be alone. But here's the truth. Sometimes you have to let go of something good to make space for something great. Or in my case, to make space for myself. I remember sitting alone after that breakup, feeling the weight of the quiet and just asking myself, what now, Chloe? What now? It was a painful question, but it was also an invitation. That's when I made a bold decision. And again, that bold decision didn't come easily. It took a lot of just being pensive, being quiet, thinking. Because when you're in the silence, somehow you can hear your thoughts loudly. I decided to date myself. And I thought, what if I went on a year-long date? I know it sounds quirky, but that changed everything. It changed everything. I also remember, giving my year. Every year I do this. Give my year a name, and the name was Billions of Galaxies, because I wanted to know what are possibilities that I can tap into. Because I knew that I belonged in a place where I didn't even know. I didn't know existed, but I knew I had to find myself. So I started by taking myself to concerts and different cultural experiences and Broadway shows. One of my most memorable moments was attending Liverpool Oratorio, written by Paul McCartney, sitting there surrounded by this beautiful music. I sensed a sense of renewal. It wasn't just I wasn't just an audience member. I was reconnecting with my soul. I remember the heavenly sounds of the violin, the music, the melody played by the violinist, just piercing my soul, and it was holding me in a space that I'd forgotten this, because I was so sucked up in all the roles I played. I'd forgotten the things that I loved. I carried that same spirit into other experiences, whether it was a Stevie Wonder concert at Madison Square Gardens or seeing Sting's magnetic performance. That's my favorite singer. Or even listening to Billy Joel perform all the hits I knew so well. It was that same moments of awe, of just thinking about, wow, I love this. I forgot this really was there for me to enjoy. Now, to be honest, at first it was uncomfortable. Like I needed someone else to validate the experience. I'd go and be so uncomfortable, come back home to an empty home, and, it would hit me like I'm alone. Then the silence would hit me. I'd come home and cry. Um, the first concert, second concert, third concert. And I'm like, am I going to get past this? But the more I did it, the more I persevered, the more I started showing up for myself. It was probably by the fourth event, I had gotten home and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to show up for me here. Something magical happened. I stopped worrying about what people thought. I stopped worrying about who was on my left or who was on my right. I stopped worrying about whether people thought, hey, who is this woman sitting alone here? I stopped comparing. It was just me. I was being fully present and alive with Chloe. You know, have you ever done that? Just, let yourself just be without expectations or comparisons or what people thought about you. Um, if you haven't, I challenge you to try it. Beyond the big events, I started creating smaller rituals like cooking meals just for one. I'd never done that because I always cooked for Jethro, always excited to make something for him, lighting candles. So every evening, I would light candles in my living room, in the dining area, in the kitchen, in my bedroom, and enjoying the beautiful aroma that came from the candles, the scents, the different scents that fill my home, playing the piano in my living room. These, as you can tell, these aren't grand gestures. They simple moments of reconnection with myself. And in those moments, something profound happened. I started to feel at home in my own skin. The quiet stopped feeling empty and started feeling full, full of me. Think about your daily life. Where can you carve out space for little rituals that honor you? Maybe it's savoring your morning coffee or maybe taking an evening walk. These small little acts add up. Small little things that are just focused on you. We spend so much of time thinking about what to do for others and what to do here, or just checking off a list of some sort, working too hard. But, are we taking time for ourselves? Just those few moments here and there that just says, you know what? You are special. That person in the mirror, that person you're looking at in the mirror every day, you are special. You're the most important person right now. And guess what? That person in the mirror, like I always say, is the person you're going to have the longest relationship with for your life, in your life. So here's what I want to ask you. What would it look like to take yourself on a date? To say, I deserve my own time, my own love. Start small. Maybe it's treating yourself to a solo lunch at a cozy cafe. Maybe it's buying tickets to a show you've been eyeing, even if no one else can come. Maybe it's as simple as journaling in a quiet corner. Thinking about journaling, yesterday I was with a friend and we were talking about the year, and things were on our mind. And I said, have you journaled for the year? She said, no, not really. And she said, no, I think I'm going to go and do that. I will do that. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Instead of thinking about going to do that, grab a piece of paper and pen right now and time yourself. Give yourself 5 minutes. I'm right here. Start journaling. At the 5 minute mark, I waited for her to say, okay, it's time's up. She didn't. She went on, and within 10 minutes, I said to her, I said, it's 10 minutes, right? She said, I'm still journaling. When she was done, she said, Chloe, I just put everything down on paper. I now have something I'm looking forward to in 2025. Here's the truth. You are worthy of your own love. You are worthy of showing up for yourself. When you do, something shifts. You begin to build a relationship with yourself, and that relationship becomes the foundation for everything else in your life. What have I learned? This journey isn't always easy. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the quiet feels overwhelming, but trust me, it's worth it. The most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you cultivate with yourself. People may come and go, but the love you build within will carry you through every season in your life, or of your life. Every day is a new chapter, a chance to honor who you are, your flaws and all, and to set the stage for a future that excites you. Are you excited about 2025? Because if you're not, you need to learn how to fall in love with you. You have to fall in love with you first to be excited about 2025. So, in closing, let me leave you with this from my upcoming book. It's a quote. Every day is an opportunity to plant seeds of love, growth, and purpose. The legacy we leave isn't measured by what we achieve, but by how deeply we touch the lives of others and how boldly we honor our own. Here's my invitation to you. Take yourself on that date. Embrace the unfamiliar. Listen to your thoughts. And remember, who you are becoming is greater than who you were yesterday, which truly means that today is better than all your yesterdays. Thank you for spending time with me on Coach Chloe. If this episode inspired you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube at Chloe Timothy Lab and join our growing community. Let's position ourselves to evolve in 2025. It's going to be the ride of your life. Until next time, take care of yourself. Keep showing up. The journey to self love